Blitz was the Harland and Wolff shipyard at Queen's Island. 25 years later, two giants would arise over the biggest building dock in the world. In time they would become iconic symbols of Belfast, recognised across the world and affectionately known as Samson and Goliath. How ironic that these were built by Krupp, the same company that had supplied ordnance used to devastate the yard in 1941. Some of the world's most famous ships began life in these yards. The Venetian, the first ship built by Harland and Wolff in 1859, would be followed by thousands of others. Liners like the ill-fated Titanic, the Canberra, and the Southern Cross. Hundreds of warships built during the war years. The battleship Belfast, then latterly, gigantic bulk carriers constructed in the new building dock. But even as these new facilities were being built, the yard was in decline. Royal visits, Greeks bearing gifts and Norwegian magnates all brought false dawns. But the ships the dock was designed to build were no longer required, and the yard gates continued to close. The new dock would never be used to its full capacity. Since then, the yard has contracted until virtually all that's left are the cranes and the building dock. Where shipbuilding is all but a memory. It stands like some fenced-off oasis in a desert of emptiness and decay that was once the biggest shipyard in the world. The main office building on Queen's Road, where the Olympic, Titanic, Canberra, Belfast were conceived and designed, stands isolated and abandoned, awaiting its fate. While the Queen's Road itself, where generations spent their entire working lives in the biggest engine works in the world, is now eerily silent, save for the occasional vehicle or passer-by. However, sometimes as one gate closes, another may open, and the Thompson graving dock, where Titanic was completed, has been saved and preserved. Tourists can now visit the dock pump house and imagine the dock itself filled with what in its time was the largest moving man-made object on Earth. Just as shipbuilding had expanded to occupy the island in the 19th century, so 21st century technology and urban regeneration had started to reoccupy the space left by the retreating yard in what will be known as the Titanic Quarter. And we have not yet heard the last of Harland and Wolff, for they too have adapted to 21st century needs. And although today one is more likely to find a ship being dismantled rather than built, what remains of the yard continues, building for oil exploration and again leading the world, this time with pioneering projects in renewable energy generation. Like the great ships they built, the men of Queen's Island have now passed into history. and Belfast can now only wait to see what legacy their successors will leave to the city.